I'm giving away a $50 PSN card to a lucky subscriber at the end of this month. To enter, make sure you are subscribed to this channel and leave a hashtag giveaway in the comment section of any of my videos for the month of July. The winner will be announced on this channel on July 31st, 2017. Good luck. Hey, what's going on, guys? How do you do? It's your boy Gray here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to continue a series that we have on here called Is It Worth It?, where I pick an epic weapon from Infinite Warfare, give you guys the weapon's details, provide you with some gameplay, and at the end of the video, I let you know if I think the gun is worth the 4,000 salvage points at the quartermaster. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the NV4 Chaos. And before we get into that, if you guys are brand new to the channel, be sure to squad up and subscribe for more daily content. Don't forget, you could enter that $50 PSN card giveaway for the end of this month by leaving a hashtag giveaway on any video for the month of July. And if you guys enjoyed this video, a like would be very much appreciated and it would really help out the channel. Now, with all that said, let's get back to it. Alright guys, so once again in today's episode of Is It Worth It, we're going to be talking about the NV4 Chaos. So I've been trying low-key for like 4 months now to get this weapon in a supply drop or something, but the Call of Duty gods have not shined their light down on making that happen. But a few days ago, I finally caved in, and I actually ended up purchasing it from the quartermaster using my own salvage points. That pretty much brings in a total of 4 weapons that I have actually bought myself from the quartermaster. The other weapons include the NV4 Flatline, the Ripper, and the Raw Liberty. So the NV4 Chaos was always one of those weapons that I had been curious about. Every now and then I would catch people using it out in the field, and a few of you guys who are sub to the channel have spoken very highly of this weapon. So I purchased it and I entered a few matches, and on my first day using this weapon, I went on a crazy streak with it. I think I ended up dying like 3 off a Juggernaut. It was insane. It was absolutely crazy. So with all that said, man, let's get into this weapon's details, and you guys can see the weapon up on the screen right there. So the NV4 Chaos is detailed as a full auto ballistic rifle, a moderate fire rate that yields increased stability for best in-class accuracy, ideal for mid to long range engagements. Now the NV4, guys, in general, no matter the variant, can be considered one of the best weapons in Infinite Warfare. So let's take a look at this epic variant's first perk. Right there, you guys can see it up on the screen. The first one is called Celebrity, and it says increased hip fire rate and reduces aim down side fire rate. So basically what this means is that the weapon will shoot faster if you're shooting from the hip, but if you're aiming down your sight, the weapon will have a bit of a slower fire rate. So this is something that isn't too crazy, guys. I will say that the increased hip fire rate is something that can be very beneficial, and that the slower fire rate while aiming down sight isn't anything to be concerned of. I mean, it's not like the Volk. It shoots a little faster than the Volk. Even if aiming down sight, like, it actually shoots faster than the Volk, which has a very slow fire rate. So the aim down sight is still very, very good, and it doesn't feel too slow when shooting. So that's something that you don't really want to be concerned of. Following that, guys, the next perk up on the screen is called Steady, which reduces hip fire spread and can be stacked with laser sight. So that second perk really complements the first perk a lot, because along with the faster fire rate when shooting from the hip, you now have reduced fire spread to your shot, so that it's actually a lot more accurate when firing from the hip. So right off the bat, guys, we have 2 pretty great perks to accompany this already great weapon. So that right there is a big plus in my opinion. So let's move on to this weapon's traits and how it handles. So starting with accuracy, we're looking at 100% accuracy with the way I have this weapon set up. And you can really feel that accuracy when shooting with this weapon, both aiming down sights or just shooting from the hip. It has very, very good accuracy. It's definitely on point. Following that, guys, the damage comes in at around 60%, but this weapon tends to get kills with 4 shots from short to medium range and about 5 to 6 shots from long range. And speaking of range, the range on this weapon comes in at around 83% with the way I have the weapon set up, and you can definitely engage in some long distance gunfights and come out winning. Next up, the fire rate for this weapon is at 75%, but that's mainly bumped up 4 points because of the increased hip fire rate from that first perk Celebrity. And lastly, guys, the mobility comes in at around 65%, and it really feels very light when running around. This weapon has definitely good mobility for sure. So the weapon really handles very well. The recoil pattern is very easy to control, and as an NV4 variant, not even just because it's an epic variant, but just because it's an NV4 in general, it can really be considered one of the best weapons in the game. Very easy to control, very easy to handle. For class setup, I found that the best results with the NV4 Chaos were with the Elo Sight, Foregrip, Quick Draw, Silencer, Ghost, Scavenger, Dead Silence, and then I had an extra slot available, so I put on Personal Radar. But you guys could throw on either a tactical, any tactical of choice, or any lethal of choice that you like. That's the best class setup for this weapon, and that's the class that I found the best results with. So now that we covered all of that, let's get into the big question here. Is the epic NV4 Chaos worth it? Is it worth the 4,000 salvage points at the Quartermaster? And after playing a bunch of games with this weapon, and even doing a versus episode where I put it up against its counter epic variant, the NV4 Flatline, I gotta say, yes. Yes, this gun is definitely worth the 4,000 salvage points at the Quartermaster. Like I said, guys, I played a bunch of games with this weapon, even went as far as doing a versus episode, and I put the Chaos up against the NV4 Flatline, and the Chaos actually won that series. The Flatline gets a lot of love because of that infinite range, but I feel like as a rusher, as a run-and-gun guy, the NV4 Chaos is actually a better weapon for those kind of players like myself because of that hipfire rate. It's actually an all-around great weapon, both close range and long range. The accuracy is definitely on point, the range is on point, the recoil is on point, and the damage is pretty on point as well. So the fact that you get that increased hipfire rate is definitely something that gives the weapon a better advantage, in my opinion, than the NV4 Flatline. And speaking of the Flatline, guys, if you're interested, the first episode ever that I did on the Is It Worth It series here, the first ever episode of the Is It Worth It series was on the NV4 Flatline. If you guys want to go back and check out that episode, feel free to do so after this one is done. It is definitely worth checking out. One more thing that I really enjoy about the NV4 Chaos is the fact that if you do come across someone who just happens to appear out of nowhere or turns a corner or just in general makes you act fast, you can really count on that hipfire rate to hold you down. I mean, you guys should have seen in the gameplay up on the screen right there, me getting a few great hipfire shots, a few hipfire kill shots off with this weapon. It's really a slapper out there in the field. It definitely held me down in moments where I should have died, but because of that hipfire rate and because of that reduced spread on the hipfire, it really just held me down, and I was able to get those really good kills. So I would really recommend you guys getting this weapon. It's definitely one of those go-to weapons for sure. Very good gun, and I'm very happy that I spent my own salvage points on this weapon. So there you guys have it. There are my thoughts and opinions on the NV4 Chaos. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay up on the screen. Let me know in the comments section below what your thoughts are on this weapon, and if you guys would invest your own salvage points on it over any other weapon in the Quartermaster. If you guys are here brand new to the channel, be sure to squad up and subscribe for more daily content, and don't forget to enter that $50 PSN card giveaway for the end of this month. And if you guys enjoyed this video, a like would be very much appreciated and would really help out the channel. Make sure you guys join that notification squad as well. Turn on notifications, all that good stuff for your boy. Till the next one, thank you guys for watching. My name is Gray. Peace.